Andrea Anka on YouTube, here to help you break through fears. You don't have to eliminate them, just break through them. Just like you would fly through a cloud, right? Those clouds aren't going to go away. Nothing wrong with clouds, but we want to pass through them so that we can have clarity. We can see the clear blue sky and the stars and the planets and be in awe of that. So, are you ready to break through the clouds? Like I said, there's nothing wrong with fear. It's just something that sort of has been controlling us in a very dense way, a negative kind of way, lower frequency, I should say. So I want to talk to you about a little thing. Let's do a little exercise. And I want you to think about, let me grab my coffee. You know I have to have my coffee. I want you to, by the way, some of you guys are telling me that you have your coffee with me. I love that. I'm going to do like a little exercise because I want you to really be aware of what you're creating out there. Because when you're looking through your eyes right now, your focus is actually creating a reality. Okay, how does that work? Your actual view of something, actually physically looking at something, focus, whether you, even if you didn't have eyesight, that focus and that visualization on some level is creating. It's creating. So when you look at something, like I can look in this room and my feelings attached to that view of this, my living room, is peace, tranquility, positive, cozy. It's all positive feelings. So it's not just what my eye is seeing, it's how I'm perceiving what I'm looking at and all of the thoughts and feelings behind that, right? So I'm going to take you on a little trip right now. I want you to think about where you are. I want you to look around your environment right now, no matter where you are. Hopefully you're not in a car. And just look around and be very aware of how you feel. How are you feeling? Because I've been in those situations where I could be in a beautiful place and I'll look around and just feel despair. And somebody else could look around the same room and see joy and lightness, right? We've all been there, right? It's our perception, it's our perspective of what we're in based on what we believe we're in. And we project that into the material world, and therefore it gets created. And when we change that story and that view, then the material world will start to change. And our feelings change because we're in control of those. We could be in the exact same room and that reality could change based on what we believe about it and what we're feeling about it. And that is simply making a choice. All right, so I want you to look around and just be aware of how you feel. Just right now, sit with it and think, all right, am I feeling positive? Or even if you're looking at a room, your thoughts might be on something completely different, like paying your bills, or the horrible job you go to, or how you're going to get out of your situation, right? You guys see my internet training here? There's a whole world out there where people can learn how to go online and create businesses. Yet we create this trapped environment for us, a self-created trapped environment for ourselves, where we could be in a beautiful room and all this stuff's going on back here of like, how am I ever going to get out of this? I need to, I'll marry somebody, that'll solve my problem. I'll win the lottery, or that everybody wants a quick fix. They're not willing to go on that journey. So they sit and look in the environment and everything looks gloomy. It looks bad because they're not getting what they want. If that's what you're feeling, I feel it. I want you to feel it. Don't kid yourself and say, no, okay, I'm getting rid of this. No. If that's what you're feeling, feel it. Feel it, because it will lose its power. We're not going to fuel it. I want you to think about it. I want you to just feel it. So right now, how are you feeling? Is it anxiety? Are you feeling hopeless? I think a lot of you are hopeless. You feel lost. Somebody yesterday told me she was stuck. I said, no, you're not. You just believe you are, Nobody's stuck. How can you be stuck? We're expansive beings. And then there's words of limitation that come out after that. And I think, well, yeah, you're stuck because you believe all of these limiting things that you're saying. And none of it's true. It's just not true. But it's true for that person and may be true for you. So if that's your truth, then your reality is that you're stuck, or that you're limited, or that you'll never find a way out, or that you're, like I get this a lot. I always mention my internet marketing because there are so many tools and methods for us to change our lives out there. And we get this mentality that if it's different than what we know, it's bad. Because it creates this feeling, the feelings again, of going into the unknown, change. And humans don't like to change, right? Well, I do. I love change. I think that's why I've been so successful. I thrive on it. So you're feeling that now. What are you feeling? Are you feeling stuck? Are you feeling like, you just don't know what to do? Are you feeling like you have ideas about how the world is, they're this and they're that and my religion's right and I'm spiritual. I love that. We're spiritual. And I say spiritual. I use the word spiritual. But that's a separation of everything too. Are you feeling separate? Are you feeling like you are not part of the expansive, awesome, friggin' limitless universe that is one thing? Are you feeling like you as an individual are limited? Sit with that. And I'm going to have a drink of coffee. I'm going to make a bet. And I'm not a big gambler. I'm not a gambler at all. I just gamble on life. I gamble because I know I'm always going to land on my feet in a happy place. I'm going to bet that 100% of you watching this feel limited in some respect. And you can say you're not, you say you know you're not, but you're feeling like there's a limit somewhere. Somewhere. We're all part of being human. There's nothing wrong with that. That's why we're not accomplishing our goals. That's why we're not living completely the lives we want to. We limit ourselves. We'll look at something and we'll say, oh no, I'm limitless. And then, like I said, you offer somebody something that could change their lives and they're not doing it. Please tell me my microphone's on. Whew. I'm rambling on. All right. So now that you have this feeling, I want you to see an elevator in front of you. And the door's open. First of all, what's the elevator look like? I'll bet some of you saw something that looked a little bit scary. Maybe this gray doors opened and it was dark in there. Some of you might have seen, like a beautiful light. It opened up, there's a light. Probably majority saw something that was not so appealing. So now I want you, no matter what you saw, don't change it unless you decide that that's what you're going to see. If you automatically start to see something different, that's okay. But don't try to change it, because we're going to work on that in a minute. I want you to step on that elevator. Go ahead, get in it. Turn around and look at that door, because they're going to close. And there's a panel of buttons. Now you can decide what those look like. And you can decide what the interior of that elevator looks like too. Is it dark and dingy? Is there writing on the walls? Is it dirty? Or is it clean and beautiful like in a super upscale hotel? Some of you might even have glass windows all the way around. And others will be in a closed-in space. That's okay too. Now you're going to go to the next floor. You're going up. You're going to get away from that room that you were in. And I want you to push that button on the next floor. The elevator just stopped and the doors are opening. What do you see? Do you see anything? Do you have a tough time visualizing anything? Some of you might have a really tough time visualizing. I know I do. I'm going to move my microphone just in case. I'm not really good at visualizing, believe it or not. I know that doesn't look good, but who cares? So you get off the elevator. Oh, here's the other thing. You don't have to get off on that elevator, off on what you see. If you don't like what you see, you don't have to get off on that floor. If you do, go ahead and step off and look around. And if you step off and you like it, I want you to just look around and note how you feel. Note what you're seeing and note how you feel. The rest of you that don't want to get off that floor because you don't like what you see, I want you to get back on the elevator, push that button, and I want you to go to the next floor. Everybody else who stayed on that, I want you to look around and experience it. And I want you to note how you feel about what you're looking at. Now, the rest of you who went to the next floor, it just stopped and the doors are opening. Now, here in the US, that would be the second floor. The first was the ground. You went to the first, now you're going to the second floor. The doors open. What do you see? Do you want to step out into it? You're safe. You're always going to be safe. And if there's fear, note that. If you want to step off, you can. Go ahead. And do the same thing as those who got off on the first floor. And those on the first floor, I want you to continue to experience that. But if you decide you want to go to the next floor, you can get back on that elevator and go up and join whomever on the second floor, or it's going to be your own second floor. Maybe nobody there. I want you to go up. So, anybody else not wanting to stay on the second floor, I want you to get back on the elevator and go up to the third. By the way, has the elevator, does it still look like the same elevator, or did that change? Did it look a little different? I probably sounded really bad. All right, so now I want all of you to close your eyes and picture yourself sitting in a beautiful space, whether it's on a beach, on a mountain, anywhere you choose, in a hammock. I want you to close your eyes and I want you to see that. No matter where you are in your journey off the elevator, I want you to envision that. I want you to feel the temperature. If there's sun, I want you to feel that sun. If there are sounds, birds or whatever, the ocean, the wind, I want you to pay attention to that. And hopefully you're feeling good. Hopefully this is making you feel good, no matter what space you were in. So even if you got off the elevator and your environment is beautiful, in addition to that, you're experiencing something that you really love, and it may be the same thing. Maybe that's what you got off the elevator on. Now I want all of you, no matter where you are, to get back on that elevator. It just showed up in the middle of the beach or wherever else you are. It showed up. But now I want you to see that it is glowing. That elevator is now shimmering and glowing, a beautiful, bright light. And the doors slowly open. And inside is this beautiful, beaming light. And there's a feeling that comes out and envelops you of peace and love and tranquility. And you can't wait to get on that elevator. And you go and you step onto the elevator, and there's beautiful music. And there's just a wonderful feeling that you're safe and that everything is going to be great. Everything is great. Now those doors close, but you don't feel closed in at all. You feel expansive. And now it's going up. Only it's going way up. And you're not afraid. There's no height here involved with this. And you can't wait to see what it's going to open up at. And it stops. And you turn around and this music is playing, this beautiful, for you, whatever it is singing or just beautiful music that is going through your soul, you're connecting to it. And the doors open. And a light glows. And you step off. What do you see? Now, as you stepped off, on each side of you are two angels. Beautiful, huge, huge wings, just beautiful, beautiful etheric beings. And they take you by the hand on each side and they guide you out. And you're safe. You're safe. And you're in a beautiful, beautiful place. You get to decide what it looks like. Now in the distance you can see this light being, a beautiful, huge light being, powerful. You feel the power, but it's beautiful, loving, caring, and it starts to come towards you, and you feel good about that. This beautiful light is coming towards you, and it stops right in front of you. This beautiful being. You get to decide what that looks like. But it's all light. It's light. And this being looks at you and tells you, you have no limits. What do you choose? Right now, you get to choose. What do you choose? How do you want to live your life? It's here for you. It's here for you. It doesn't matter what's on those other floors. Because you're here now. You're here in that higher frequency. And everything around you supports you and your desires and your joy, and it wants nothing but that joy for you. It's just waiting for you to choose. Are you willing to give up the limiting thoughts and feelings? Are you willing to release everything that doesn't serve you well? Are you willing to forgive others, knowing that they are just a facet of you, seeking light and love also? Are you willing to take responsibility for everything that's happened in your life and know that you can change all of that now? You always had the power. And this being, along with these angels, are waiting for your answer. Are you willing to choose joy, limitless existence as a human being? There are challenges that come with that, but suffering is not necessary. Are you going to choose joy and acceptance and know that all of these light beings around you will start to send you gifts and all those things that you know and believe now that you can have, and you always could? But that focus needs to be on this frequency that you're in right now, where there's nothing but peace and love and abundance. Abundance, everything is there. Everything is there, everything you could possibly want. There are no rules there. There are no restrictions, there are no requirements, there are no traditions. And this is what you are. You are now stepping into exactly what you are. Now you can stay here and visit with your etheric friends and have a discussion. Or you can get back on the elevator, and when you go back to wherever you came from originally, you can bring this light with you. And those angels, they'll get on the elevator with you. And they'll accompany you the entire way. And they'll even get off that floor with you, back to where you started from. And when you step off that elevator, my wish is that it will look differently for you. And that those angels in the room will say, are you ready to get to work? You just gave up, you made a choice, you just gave up the limiting thinking. Let's bring that reality, that one that exists up on that top floor, let's bring it down here, because it exists here. And whatever you're seeing in that room that you started in, that's not real. That's a self-limiting, self-created, limiting environment. And you push all the walls and the furniture, whatever else you saw, out of the way. You're left with pure, beautiful energy. You can bring that with you. Carry those angels with you. Ask them to stay with you, and you can claim to create a new reality now, and ask them to help you, to send you the right situations, opportunities, people, signs, and promise them that you will take action, that you will try your best every day with what you were given, and that is gratitude toward all of the things you do have in your life right now that are going to take you to the life you want to live. It's all there for you. All you have to do is get on that elevator and take a break. And you can go back down, bring your angels down with you, and get back to work. And eventually, there will be no barriers between the first floor and the third or fourth or fifth or You're going to break down all of those floors. All the barriers will be removed. But bring that light down with you and keep it with you. And if you need a break, you get back on that elevator and you go up. And pay attention to what you see when you get off those floors. And if you don't like it, you keep getting back on that elevator and going up until you remove all of the material, worldly things that are burdening you and keeping you down because you believe they do. You see, when you get off that elevator on the top, what changed? Your vision changed. By seeing something different, you believed it was a different place than where you come from. It's not. You're in that right now. You're just not seeing it. So if you need to take a break and go back to it, remind yourself that that's in the room with you right now. That light and love is all right there, and that you can change those material things. It's all quantum physics. You can change it. It's possible. But it takes your focus and your belief. And you need to clear out any limiting thoughts or beliefs. And if you need to go back up to that place where there are no limits, then do it. Give yourself a break. Call on your angels and say, okay, I'm ready to get to work. Ask for clarity. And when you get the signs and the opportunities, take them. Let those clouds of fear move by and say, I'm not going to allow those clouds to obstruct my view, my vision of what I know exists. There's a blue sky on the other side of those clouds. That never leaves. That's always there. But if you believe the clouds are what exist and that there's nothing beyond that, then that will be your world. You can move past them and bless them. Clouds are beautiful. Carry your new vision with you and see that place you're in right now differently. And catch yourself when you start to create that negative vision and thoughts. Because you're still going to attract those things that don't serve you if you continue to gravitate toward it. So it's going to take practice. And if this little exercise helps you, then use it. And I'm sure you'll get creative and do something different that works for you if it doesn't. Sending you light and love, peace, joy, prosperity, health, wealth. You are whole, perfect, strong, powerful, harmonious, and loving, and happy. No one can take that away from you, because that's all there is.